We back. We back. We back. We back.
Do you like Worcestershire sauce?
Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce.
I don't like it.
God damn. We went nowhere with that one. Okay, what is your favorite? What is your favorite?
My favorite sauce?
Yeah, I go old fashioned
probably
Heinz
tartar.
57. Tartar sauce?
I love tartar sauce.
Give me Heinz 57.
Some fresh fish. Some hot fresh fish.
Hot fresh fish. I don't like the way fish smells. I go with Heinz 57, bro.
Well, you haven't been eating enough pussy. You get used to the mark. If you go every day. After a while, you don't even smell it no more.
The best was I was watching Ian Bagg. He had a little thing. He was talking to some little kid in the front row, and he goes, "The first time we go down a woman, it's got a little kick to it." He goes, "It's got a little kick."
I remember that first. What is that? That was tart.
It's got a little
You gotta
kick.
power through though. Power through.
Power through it.
That first lick probably won't taste good, but the licks after, yeah.
And
The response is worth it.
hey, let me.
You make a bitch come with your mouth. Woo.
No, well, that and a woman who keeps her motor clean, as the rock and roll guys say.
Her motor clean.
Yeah, she keeps the motor clean. You ever heard of Motley Crue? Anyway, and keeps her motor
I've
clean.
heard of them.
Okay, yeah,
I don't listen regularly.
They got a line that says she keeps her motor clean. I go,
What song is that?
Is
Is that My Cherry Pie?
that's a warrant. She keeps a motor, but it's in a Motley Crue song. She
Okay.
keeps a motor clean, and yeah, it's like okay, they're not like going down on a woman who's like it's like fresh and there's no.
Yeah, because if she's not, you can't.
Well, you can, you can, but it's like. I wonder, you know what? I wonder if any guys who don't like going down on women, how women don't like going on guys, and they go, "Do I have to?" You know what I mean? Is there a
You
guy?
remember Tony Mac?
Yeah.
He was adamant about never. He was never. I'm like, Tony, you know. He goes, I will never. He never did.
But he never had a woman when I saw him either. I never saw him with a woman.
Man, see, that's the thing. I've seen Tony with some of the baddest bitches.
Really?
Yes.
I never. I mean, I'm not.
Man, the way these women would throw themselves at Tony Mac and this nigga would dodge him like Neo.
Why? Why?
Because he was just he's the best. He's probably the best human I ever met.
He was a great dude.
He was
I
just.
love Tony, man. And he was funny. Just to talk to.
He was just a truly, genuinely amazing dude.
He was
and
a
he knew the game. Like, man, they don't want nothing. They just want to.
Tony Mac was. He was a dude.
He was just a friend of comedy. He
always
showed up one day at old Morty's, and he kind of dabbled in comedy a little bit. He got on stage maybe 3 times since I've known him.
But he was always around.
Over 15, 16 years.
But he was just a good dude, man.
Yeah.
He was a good dude.
He would support, man. The dude would support you, and he would talk good about you to people you had never met. The man,
he was a good
just
dude.
an incredibly amazing person.
Did he pass away?
Yeah.
Yeah,
kidney failure? Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. He was a good dude. He was a really good dude.
He got a transplant, and body rejected it, and just, couldn't. Hands down, if anybody goes to heaven, if heaven is real, I know Tony Mac is there. And that was the only thing that kept me from wanting to kill myself, man. Because, if he's the best dude that I've ever met, and I'm not saying like he was perfect or anything, but he was the type of dude that he always would put his best foot forward, not only for himself, but for others. He was always trying to help people.
Yeah.
And when he didn't like somebody, he never talked bad about him. He just didn't fuck with him. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm going to go pick up the gun and shoot up this block. It's like, let's just not go down that block.
Yeah.
And everybody beware of that block in the future.
I did feel bad when he got bit by the dog.
Oh, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
And that girl didn't have no money, so yeah.
Wasn't Rachel, was it?
No,
Okay.
It was a different girl.
Okay.
But, yeah. And that really changed a whole lot, too.
Yeah.
When it came to his confidence, because I remember talking to him. I'm like, bro, these bitches still want you the same. I don't want that.
And it was, and I remember, I think it was around that, and they were like, "Oh, just get over them." I was like, "But you don't understand."
What happened with his
So he went to a party, right?
No, he was at
in Grove's house.
He was with other people.
Yeah.
And they went to this girl's house, and the dog, it was a pit. Seemed friendly, and then it snapped and it bit him in the face and got a nice chunk out of his chin.
Oh.
And so he had a scar there, but he grew his beard over it, so you couldn't really tell.
But that's the point of it.
Yeah.
That's traumatic, man.
Yeah. It's your face. You know what I mean? It's
That's traumatic. It doesn't matter. It's traumatic. Your dog bites you in anger. Fuck. I mean, I can see if he's like, and he actually, nipped you, but that was in anger.
Well, but it was out of nowhere. The dog was cool, and then it wasn't.
Yeah.
That's what was,
Yeah.
What did he look like? Was he like a handsome guy?
Yeah, I'll show you his picture.
Yeah.
Tony was he was one of the best. You'd have loved Tony. You'd have thought Tony.
Yeah, you and Tony would got along.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Tony would have adored you.
Yeah. I don't know why, but Tony would have liked you, man.
Did you not meet Tony?
No, I think Tony was.
Tony didn't die before we started the podcast.
No, but we didn't really hang with Malik until just recently.
True, but
we don't really hang with Malik though.
Well, that was the thing too. Is like
that was a different time.
Tony got when he was getting sicker, he couldn't really come out much.
Yeah,
So,
and I didn't know he was
near
sick.
the end,
Yeah, I didn't know about it until y'all told me, which I felt bad about.
It's the anniversary's coming up. May 4th of his death is coming up. So
I remember it was me, you, Tony, and what's his name, Mike Paramore. We all went to go see a shitty ass Fast and Furious movie. I remember that shit, man. We were going, what in the fuck? And we all sat. Chair, empty, chair, empty, chair. I mean, it was about 5 of us. We took up a whole ass row because we didn't want
hey,
to.
don't sit next to me, nigga. I ain't gay.
Yeah, so we had that one.
We all came together the same.
Yeah, and then Mike came back to my house because he had to get ready to go to. I think he did a show that night at Helium, so he came and got dressed at my place. But I remember that, man, it was funny as shit. Man. We all had the whole row because everybody had a seat between us. We didn't want to seem like we were gay and shit. Five gay ass black dudes come and see a movie. Yeah,
Y'all on a date?
Shut up and give me this goddamn ticket.
I'll get the popcorn, fellas.
You got 5 chairs together.
You can pick your seats. R.I.P. to Tony Mack.
I was gonna see the woman behind the door. It was a black. It's a black movie. It's a movie, but happened to be black people in it. The woman in the yard. The woman in the yard. It's like the preview is some chicken.
The new is that ain't come out or did it come out already?
Yeah. So I went to go see it. I'm watching it, and that's the night that it was like a tornado, and so I'm watching. All of a sudden, the theater it goes black. The screen goes black, and this flashlight starts flying. They go, everybody needs to get in the hall. So we had to leave the theater and get in the hall, and they gave us tickets to go see it. See it again, but it wouldn't start back up. And I went there yesterday and said it started back up. They said an hour and a half later, and I was gone. I didn't stay waiting an hour and a half because it was kind of starting to reveal itself what it was about, and that's when.
Oh, so you went to the movies and
a tornado
power
came.
went out. Yeah.
And a tornado came. Yeah. So I ain't gonna go watch the
I
whole.
was at Helium during that.
Oh, was it bad down there?
It got bad. So, like, I was downtown and it was sprinkling outside when the tornado touched down in Brownsburg. And then I was getting ready to leave and I was driving west and fucking it was like you couldn't see no matter how fast your windshield was wiping. So I pulled off. I got off on Harding Street and I fucking parked underneath the bridge. And there's a line of cars behind me and on the other side. There's a bunch of people waiting under the bridge and the bridge starts to flood. So I'm like, I can't stay here.
Damn.
So I where did I go? I started to drive south.
Okay.
And it was just water. Dude, there's so much. I have never seen this much fucking rain in my life. It was literally like being in a bathtub, like underneath when it was just so much fucking water. So I pulled off and, it finally lit up after like 40 minutes.
Damn.
And I was listening to the Pacers game, but it just kept getting interrupted by the emergency broadcasting.
Yeah.
Delphi County, you are in the area of a tornado. I'm like, why is he talking so slow? Nigga, people are dying. Speed up.
You aren't going to make it.
Please move to the nearest. He was interrupting himself with his own alerts, nigga.
It sounded like an Amber Alert, actually. It did. You get that, "Arr!" And I was in the movie going, what the fuck is that? And it was that. I thought it was an Amber Alert.
Yeah, so.
I go, what bitch just got lost now? I mean, who kidnapped another? That's what I thought. And I go, oh shit, this is, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, damn, I remember that night, man.
It was crazy.
That was a scary night.
A lot of fucking rain.
Yeah.
And the wind and the lightning strikes was what was really weird because when the lightning would hit, like it was like blue-green outside. Like the lightning would come and it would make the whole sky look blue-green. This shit was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fortunately, there were very few casualties. I think.
Good. That's good. I don't think any. I don't think.
I think there was one, but you know,
That's good. I mean,
to get out of multiple tornadoes with only one.
and Brownsburg is right down the street here.
Yeah.
I mean, right down.
Yeah.
So I was worried, man.
I have a lot of friends who live in Brownsburg.
Me too.
And one of my closest friends, she lives literally a block away where the tornado started. So,
It's some scary shit, man. Yeah, I mean, especially coming from Oklahoma, man. I mean, I've been in a situation, but bad weather, man.
is there a state that gets more tornadoes than Oklahoma?
Texas,
How come?
Texas, maybe.
I don't know. I think Oklahoma gets more
Kansas.
than Texas.
Hey,
You ain't doing shit.
You ain't doing shit. Malik, let's see, what state has the most tornadoes?
Probably Texas, just because how big it is.
I'm gonna say Oklahoma and Kansas.
I think it's Oklahoma.
I'll say Oklahoma, but I say Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska,
That big
Texas.
fat part of Oklahoma at the bottom.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
And it looked like an axe.
Whoever said Texas was right.
Texas won.
Yep, and then next is Kansas.
Wow.
We both
So
were
was
right.
Oklahoma 3? You said Texas and Kansas. I didn't
Yeah.
say.
Oklahoma and Nebraska are also on the list.
I know my places. Okay, there you go. So Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, Nebraska.
Yep.
There you go. That makes sense.
Why don't they get tornadoes anywhere else in the world?
Yeah, there are. I mean, Florida has it all.
I mean, countries.
Oh, country? Yeah, I wonder why that is.
How come Germany is like, Scheiße! Scheiße! Takes the Jew. No. Get that part out of it.
How come we turn around and hit Israel? Uh-oh, we're canceled.
They control the weather, man.
Okay, listen.
Space lasers.
Man, all that stuff.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, that's the only thing she's right on. Oh, man. That's
So yeah.
yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
You just gonna let it be right there?
Yeah, I'm gonna let it be right there. And be all awkward and shit. Have that conversation we had off the air about you know what, about you know who's.
So did you hear about the dire wolves being brought back?
The what?
Dire wolves. They've been extinct.
Yeah,
for
man,
10
that
years.
dude.
They're
That's
not really dire wolves. You know that, right?
What are they?
They're gray wolves with dire wolf DNA in them. You can't bring back something like you can't. You have to mix it with other shit.
But still, man, I knew it was going to happen. When they say they talked about cloning, they're cloning. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm honest. When they start talking about it,
Is it bad?
I mean, they've already done it.
Or
yes.
the people who are in charge of it bad?
The people who are in charge of it.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So when it comes to science, there is no right or wrong.
In science?
And in anything, it's just your perspective of it. How it affects you and the greater whole. Like if having a clone meant that you could accomplish twice as much, but
Or say you got a disease and they could operate on one clone and you're all right. You know, like, how's my clone doing?
but there becomes a morality issue. Oh, does the clone have a soul? Does the clone?
No, he doesn't. Because I'm the original. So,
Well, if the clone fights you, does he get to be? Now I'm number one.
No.
Like Jet Li in that movie.
I'm going to shoot the fuck out of my clone. Me and my clone be fighting.
Well, that's part of what. After a certain amount of clones, do they become bulletproof? Like science, ever moving forward, you try to improve upon it. Each generation tries to get better and better. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, what is better? Is it better to have AI with a bunch of people who don't understand AI? Probably not. But we aren't good enough to understand what we should and shouldn't do for the reasons why we should and shouldn't do them. You can't convince two people of opposite understandings to understand one another. And that's the whole problem that this world has, is there's a lack of understanding that some shit just isn't good.
Like what?
Like too much of anything. Too much money, too much power, too much responsibility.
Never have too much money.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. If there are poor people starving because there aren't enough jobs, or you're making it so that people have to compete, not voluntarily, but literally have to compete. It's either me or you.
Okay.
Because one person has more money than they could ever spend. There's not even enough stuff to buy with all the money that some people have.
But that's on them. And they could help people, but they choose not to.
Okay, so at that point, it becomes a decision that I, as the person who's like, yo, I need to eat. And you're choosing not to let me eat, so I have a decision to make. I can either die right here, or I'm going to get that shit.
I'm gonna rob you.
You don't get to tell me I'm wrong for that. Because all you had to do was not make a nigga come up in your house by having all this shit in your house. You see what I'm saying? It's like...
Maybe you would make it to the house. If you get that much money, you get their security. It's going to stop you from getting to the house.
What I'm saying, there's always going to be a point where
there's always going to be have and have-nots. And there's going to be moments when the system
how many
fails.
times has God killed the world?
How many? I don't know.
3 times.
Really?
Yeah. First it was fire, then it was a flood. The next time, what did he say? It's mark of the beast. The rapture and all this. The world's it's gonna end in nuclear fire. That's what.
He said nuclear fire. He said it.
Fire and brimstone, but we all know what that means now. These bombs are nuclear. There's nothing bigger than that so far.
Yeah.
They're working on it, I'm sure, because they don't know how to stop.
Well,
every time you get something that's great, they find a way to make it. Because
I blame Oppenheimer.
No, you can't blame him. The understanding of it is what makes it the thing that it is. Does that make sense?
No.
That's why God didn't want us having understanding. It's because once you have the power to know better, what do you do?
Freedom of choice. It's freedom of choice.
Is it?
No,
it's not. Once you're exposed, like you can't unread. Like once you learn how to read, you can't turn it off. It's there forever.
Once you get in an accident and get knocked on the head.
Right. So it takes a what?
I saw that, Malik. I saw that eye roll. Malik was like, that's stupid. I went, what?
What's stupid?
No, I saw Malik eye roll when I said that. He goes,
No, I was laughing.
okay.
Well, because, think about it. You ride a bike, it's muscle memory from that point on.
Yeah.
You can't...
unless you get in an accident and it fucks your head up. Seriously, you forget how to do shit.
Did you hear about that woman who she got hit in the head and woke up and thought she was Chinese? This British lady.
But she was speaking fluent Chinese. I had a comment say they speak different language, but nobody ever wakes up speaking redneck or like, you know.
Goddamn niggers is all that.
Oh my goodness.
For some reason, I just wanted a hog. Slop was on my brain.
Where's my sweet tea?
But no, to me, it's like when you think about the philosophy of understanding, right?
The philosophy of understanding.
Yeah, you got to think about the philosophy. Why do we understand things the way we understand them?
Why do we? The ways we've been taught?
No, they say that all matter is a projection of consciousness and that no matter projects consciousness. So if the only way that the world exists is through our own understanding of what the earth is supposed to be, physics and, all that type of shit, well, then it's just a product of our
metaphysics.
And if that's the case, then nothing is real. And if there's nothing real but what you understand to be real, then it's just a projection of your imagination. And that all this experience is like the Matrix, is we're just all in pods. And this is all just a projection of a one consciousness.
And like what is time? When you think about it, everything's the past. Like just now was the past. Like you drinking that water, that was the past. Mm-hmm. So what is the present? The present is me talking right now. That's the present. But that was just the past.
It was presently present in the future.
But now it's the past, because I just said. Mm-hmm. So.
But it's somebody's future. Because there's infinite possibilities.
I like infinite.
I don't.
Really? Why is that?
Because everything needs to stop.
Like what?
Everything.
Wars need to stop.
Everything.
Wars need to stop.
Because the only thing that the beginning leads to is what?
An end.
Exactly. So if you're the alpha and the omega, what you doing in between?
I don't know. If I'm the alpha and the omega, I'm doing what I want between.
That's what I'm saying. You're God. You have all the power.
Yeah.
But even God would get tired of being God, bro.
How do we know that? Right
because
there,
he killed Earth twice in the book. He told you about himself.
That would make me go nuts. Like, if you sit there and just thought about, just seriously just thought about, there's a guy like who made God then? Think about that.
That's my point. It's
Who
like-
made God? Okay,
It just keeps getting into a bigger organism.
and it makes your head hurt. If you really just sat there and all you thought about was, okay, say you believed or half believed about everything they said, and then all of a sudden, like you go, okay, who made God? Who was God's parents?
He was always here. How?
How was he always here? Because if there's got to be a beginning, then who made God? And if you find out who made God, then who made that person or that thing? I mean, at a certain point, something, the chicken or the egg is the question.
Right.
Because who made God? Okay, if you find out who made God, then who made the person that made God? And then who
It
made
just
that?
keeps going.
And it'll make your fucking head hurt.
And that's why nothing matters.
That's why I'm getting a crystal ball
I think you already got one.
at a strip club. I gotta go to the strip. I gotta go. I don't know.
You gotta go to the
I don't know
strip.
why.
How do we go from talk about God to, man, that's why
I gotta go to
I
the
need
strip
some
club.
titties in my life.
I actually do. I have not seen some titties in a while, and I just need to go to the strip club. I mean, I don't really like strip clubs, but I feel like I just have to go and go
That's sad.
and go and then leave. You know? Oh my God, you touched my titty. Yeah, I did, and I leave.
How long have you lived here?
In this part right here?
No, in Indiana.
Since 2006.
So almost 20 years.
Yep.
And in that time, you don't got nobody you can call that, hey, I need some ass real quick.
I don't want no 50-year-old ass. I'm trying to think.
Touche, Cecil. Touche.
Girls my age, they're already in bed by 8:30 and shit. They're not asleep, but they're in bed by 8:30. Hey, BT, what you think? I got my reading glasses.
Said the door's unlocked. Just let yourself in.
Yeah, I got some hot tea for on the stove and a croissant. I know you like croissant. I got some soft food because I know you like soft foods because you get no. Nothing's gonna hurt your teeth. I got Jello in the refrigerator. I got some hot tea. And what else I got that old people? I got some macaroni and cheese.
You got that Metamucil?
And I got some Tums. I know, just in case you get bloated.
Ooh, that was spicy.
And then I want you to come and tear it up.
Is it Earl Grey, baby?
She's dressed like she's in her 20s. She got some knickers on. And she's doing this.
You got one of them fans.
Yeah, she's doing this.
Charleston.
Hey, what do they call them? They call them what do they call them?
Victorian era?
No, when they did the Charleston, they were called
Harlots?
not bootleggers, but they were called during the 20s. Look that up. What were they called during the 20s?
What called in the 20s?
Women.
Flappers.
Flappers. That's it, flappers. Yeah.
They were called flappers.
Yeah. That was kind of hot.
No, it wasn't. Look up, go to images of flappers and see if you agree, Malik.
Well, I don't know.
Because I know
Hey,
he's not going to agree with you.
I don't know if he want to watch flappers. I don't know if he wants to Google that. He goes, oh God. Oh God, look at these meat curtains. Oh man.
1920, yeah, those big old Victorian dresses.
Chicks were hot as fuck.
No, they were not.
Yeah, they were.
They look like they daddies.
No, they had them corsets. They had their body go all in like that, and their
You're
waist
thinking
was like
about one bitch. One out of the countless other.
other fat asses. I mean, they were kind of big back then.
Donna-
Like Marilyn Monroe she wasn't missing no meals. She was actually a good size. Marilyn Monroe, yeah, she was. I remember like in
I like
college.
how women. Never mind.
No, say it. No, say it. No.
They get tricked by gay dudes.
Into what?
Gay dudes are in charge of their fashion and what they wear.
Yeah, I know it's weird, isn't it?
They took their pockets. Why y'all let gay dudes take y'all pockets?
You know what? You know me, man. I have nothing against people. Only thing I don't like what gay men do, like especially if they try to cock block their friend girl. You know, like their friend, and they see you trying to get on her or whatever, and they'll try to cock block you, and you go, like you don't even. What the fuck's this about? That's what makes me
I don't
mad.
think that's ever happened to me.
It always
I've never
happens
been
to me.
cock blocked by a gay dude.
I have. I mean, when it's a friend girl, you're trying to get on.
That's why.
Yeah.
I was on those messages. I
And that's why I committed hate
didn't
crime.
type anything. I was just reading. That's all the police say. We didn't respond. We was just reading. We're doing research, detective work, if you will. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
But yeah, I mean, but it's like they always do that. They'll cock block their friend girl, especially like it used to happen like like on the ships, they call the playlist performers, and most of those guys are gay, and then the girls are really hot, but they don't have anybody to go out with because most of the guys they'll either go out with them or the Italians. So there'll be situations where all the playlist people are together, and they can tell if you kind of like their friend, and they'll kind of cock blocking away, and you go, man, you motherfuckers. Nothing makes you more mad than that. Like, you don't even like pussy.
I'm gonna make sure you're not getting none.
Exactly. And that's some bitch shit right there.
None for me and none for you.
And especially none for you. Exactly. I don't like that shit at all. I was backstage when I met this girl. It was this last cruise. She was like 40, but she was hot. And I was like, oh, God. I go, here we go. And then she...
I'm changing my standard.
Yeah, no, I am. I go, I can get with this. And she goes, yeah, this administration, but they're not going to take my husband back. I go, husband? And I said, like, husband? And she goes, yeah, I met him on the ship. I go, what does he do? And she told me, and I was like, oh, marry him. But she was 40, and I was kind of like, I can get with this. This is nice. And I did. I go, man, I'm changing. 40, okay. And then, I know. I thought, man, this is it for me,
You
man.
wanted a bitch as old as me? Good for you.
Well, it didn't happen, so.
Because she's married?
Yeah, well, because, I didn't ask if she, fuck around, but, he lives where he lives, and she's still on the ship, so I should have been like, hey, he ain't here right now.
She was waiting.
Yeah, I know. I should have. She was kind of hot. She was
For a 40-year-old?
For a 40-year-old, yeah, she was hot. I know. For a 40-year-old,
You make it sound like it's so old. It's not old at all.
And the thing about it is, I've been through 40.
Yeah.
Like, I've almost been over 40. I passed 40 like down the highway. Yeah, 2 towns ago. I passed 40. But she was hot. If I go, I can get with this. It was cool. I remember I had a friend and she had like a little streak of gray. And for some reason, I was like, oh
Silver
my God.
fox?
And that kind of turned me on a little bit. Not all, but that little streak, I was like, it's kind of hot.
I said, all right, I'll calm down, slow down.
Yeah. I was like, okay. Yeah. She was just a friend. And I was thinking, maybe I'm changing. Then I met some, I remember, nothing happened, but I met this woman on a ship one time. And she had like a little gray, and I was like, that's kind of sexy. We were talking, and we were walking around. And then her son, when I say son, he was like 8 or 9, but he's at California 8 or 9, which means he's like 16 and shit.
What?
At California 8 or 9 is like a smart 8 or 9. He looked at me like, you better not try to fuck my mom. I looked at him like, you look motherfucker, you know what I'm after. Why don't you
Go to bed.
Why don't you go run around this ship? Yeah. Hey, why don't you see if you can outrun this ship, outswim it. See if you can outswim this ship.
Are you telling a 9-year-old to jump off the boat?
Yeah, I would. I would tell a 9-year-old jump off the boat. If I could finally be with a woman who had a little streak of gray in her hair, it'd be worth it for him to jump off the boat.
Oh my gosh.
I know. I actually said that. Hey, see if you can outrun this boat, man. Come on, Miss Lady. And I hold her like like a Morgan Freeman and fucking driving Miss Daisy. And then, yeah, there you go, Miss Daisy. Why don't you hook me up?
This nigga murdered a 9-year-old to get some from a silver fox.
From a silver fox.
Oh my gosh. She said jump off the boat and see if you can beat it.
And if you can, get $5.
$5 whole, nigga. If he hit you with, nigga, I'm a California 16.
He was. That kid must have been about 8 or 9, but like I said, he's like California 16. He looked at me like, I looked at him like, hey, buddy. He goes, man, the look he gave me, like, I know what you're trying to do.
Speaking of trying to do, let's read the Am I the Asshole?
Let me go ahead and read it, because you read the last one.
You gonna read it this time?
Might as well.
All right.
Okay. Let's go. Am I the asshole for forbidding my girlfriend from doing household chores? Oh, shit. What a gentleman. A few years ago, while putting together furniture, he's 26, a girlfriend, 27, injured her wrist from using a screwdriver. Damn, how weak is she? Who injures a wrist from using a screwdriver?
She might be giving a lot of hand jobs. You don't know.
Yeah, oh, hand job Sally. We ended up getting her some wrist braces until the pain went away. We eventually checked with the doctor who said it was no big deal. Since then, who says
Did
that?
we check his grades? I don't want my doctor talking to me like that.
Since then, I've slowly forbidden her from doing chores around the house. I noticed that doing those chores, sweeping, scrubbing, cleaning dishes, you know, women shit. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
And you just gonna sit up there and laugh at it like it's funny, ain't you?
Okay, scrubbing, cleaning dishes, etc., would constantly agitate her wrist, and she wouldn't be able to work on her actual job. Small handmade crafts that require a lot of wrist usage. Kept seeing the pattern of her straining her wrist and chores,
On chores.
on chores. Bail out on her job after an hour or two and have to wear her wrist brace until the next day. She does love her job, and when things go well, can happily work up to 6 hours a day on her crafts. So, since I can't do her job for her, I want her to be able to focus on it. I have no problem doing these chores, but today I caught her scrubbing a pan when I just reminded her yesterday to leave them alone and told her to call me if I'd missed one, and I would have hustled over to do it. She told me I'm being overbearing and that she's free to scrub a pan.
Fine.
Huh?
She's fine to scrub up.
Oh, she's fine to scrub a pan, but I don't want her getting injured or develop worse long-term damage. Am I the asshole for insisting on doing the household chores? Man, this woman knows how good she's got it. Seriously, what woman bitches about? I want to cook and clean.
It's not about that.
Yeah, it is.
It's
man.
about when a motherfucker tell you can't do something.
That is true. That is true. He's being controlling. He's being controlling in a way that makes him look like he's the hero. I mean, seriously. Like, baby, no, I'll do the chores. You should be doing it because it's going to mess up your real job.
Well, that's just logical. Men think logically. You have a real job. There's no need for you to lose that by washing dishes. I got it, babe. Go back to work. And she's like, don't tell me what to do. If I want to wash a dish, I can wash a dish. And he's just like thinking, all right, fuck up your wrist. Then what? You ain't gonna have no money? You think I'm gonna stay with you? But he can't say that to her because she ain't gonna get it. You have to sometimes you gotta let them see your plan.
Work play out.
Sometimes you gotta let them see it.
Like sometimes as a parent.
And that's what God is doing right now. He's like, all right, go ahead.
Get fucked up, and you won't be able to work. And you sit there like this. Like,
he wrote it in the Bible. He told us what was going. At the end of times, you're gonna have a false prophet, goofy looking motherfucker who's everybody gonna think he's the son of the morning. But the truth is, this nigga is gonna fuck all y'all. And here we are.
Yep.
And all these people. If you're a Christian, you should be so fucking happy right now that you're in the end times. You should be elated. Your faith is being tested, and it's all coming true. You saw the Olympics when all that fucking weird shit was happening.
In the Olympics?
Yeah,
what weird shit?
The opening ceremony when they were doing all the weird shit with the trans people and the Last Supper, and that's not what it is. It's like, yes, we all know what you guys are doing. Yeah. But if you're a Christian, you shouldn't be mad at that. You should applaud that. You should want the world to be barreling down towards the rapture. You should be welcoming that shit. And I don't understand. They took the Bible out of schools. Like, God told you this ain't your place. So why the fuck do you care if it's good or not?
Because no one I really want to say, what do you think Christian is? I want to say that, but
Christian is the belief that.
I mean, I know what that is, but I want to ask them that. And that, why don't you follow your own fucking teachings or your own?
Because you can't. There ain't no money in it. You'd be a broke motherfucker giving all your shit away.
I mean, just the regular people, though. The regular people.
Because you can't love your neighbor as yourself if you hate yourself.
But what if you think you do? What if you think you love yourself?
The evidence shows that you. Why do you think they're trying to erase history?
Who? Who did you say?
Christians. Why do you think they're trying to erase the history books? Why do you think this Christian, white nationalist nation is trying to erase Why do you think they're trying to get rid of this shit?
No.
So they don't have to answer those questions.
No, that's what every culture does who conquers another culture. They try to erase their history.
They didn't conquer us.
They basically did.
No, they didn't. Africa's still there.
But they rape it continuously.
Africa lets it happen. You see the farmers in South Africa losing their land.
But you see what they did to France. They quit letting France fly in. The couple countries in Africa, and France, Air France is taking a big hit. because that's where they get the bulk of their money. And I remember it was not this president from France, but another one said, if Africa dies, France dies.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I don't know if you've ever been to only Paris, but I've been there, and it's like, yeah. I mean, the Parisian soccer team is basically Africa light.
That's why China's in fucking such a rush to get to Africa. They trying to buy that shit up post-haste. China's like, we got you.
Yeah.
Because they want to be, and I get it. Like if black people, and this is the thing, it's like, this is the difference between us and the capitalistic system. Black people, capitalistically, we
don't know how to capitalize on it?
no, it's just not in our nature to be like, because we're already awesome. You know what I mean? We don't have to go and steal all your shit and fucking screw you out of your patents and all that, because we're dope enough to make our own shit.
I mean, we might break into your shit and, whatever. I mean, it's petty shit.
And why does that happen?
Why? Break into our shit? Nah, just bored.
Niggas is bored, that's why.
Man, hey, you know what? Let's just do it. Why? Because we feel like it. Like my favorite comeback. Why you fuck with me? Because we can. I mean, that's the greatest comeback ever. Why you fuck with me? Because I can. It's beautiful.
That's insane.
It's beautiful. I mean, it's funny to me.
But that is the understanding of power dynamic.
And the whole thing is a power dynamic. The whole thing is. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. People respect power. I mean, and they respect fear. They respect power and fear. Which lasts longer, love or fear? Fear. Because when you love somebody, it's great. Like, I might love Malik, but sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to fuck talking to Malik. I see him. I might hide from him. But if like Mike Tyson was always knocking on my door, and I know he saw me,
I wouldn't be afraid of that. Like, again, Mike, goddamn, you not tired of showing up here? Because eventually, fear goes away. Fear is the lack of understanding. That's all it is.
I don't know about
You're only
I don't know if it
afraid
goes
of
away.
something if you don't know what it is.
But what if you do know what it is? It makes you even scared.
Well, then there's no reason to be afraid of it because you know what it can and can't do. If I know Mike Tyson can punch me in the face, I'm not afraid of him because I know what that's gonna hurt a lot.
So
But I don't have to be afraid of it.
Okay.
I cannot want it to happen.
Of course you don't.
But I'm
want that
not
one.
afraid. I'm like, well,
One
he does
punch.
punch people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I understand if it happens. Like, I'm not afraid of a lion, but I know if I see one, I should probably get the fuck out of here.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know what they're capable of. I don't have to fear something I understand.
But fear is.
It's a huge motivator.
But fear lasts longer than love. And
I don't think so.
it does. Love, I mean, people screw over love. She already loves me, whatever. But fear, I mean, if it's enough fear in you, I mean, fear is like, hey, I swear, if I catch you, you're dead. And they really mean that threat of you're dead. That fear will make you move. I had a buddy. He used to book a one night weekend in Mexico at a resort, right? He lived in LA, so he'd fly comics down for a weekend. They had the ball. I think they had wave runners. It was a nice resort, packed. After it was over, they go get ladies, whatever, Mm-hmm. And then the cartel came along.
Beep, beep. But hey, there's an understanding there. I know what them niggas is about. So I can either stay here and deal with the consequences or...
And that's what he did. He goes, and they were like, hey, they said the kind of lines that you go, okay, he knew what it was about. And he packed his shit up and he flew back to LA. And that was it.
That's what, hey.
It was done.
You either deal with the but see, I don't think that's fear. I think that
is fear.
No, it's not. It's understanding that these are not a set of circumstances that I want to continually deal with.
Because that's fear.
No, it's not. Because it's a losing battle. You can't beat the cartel by yourself. He ain't
even trying to fight him.
Because it's an understanding that it's an organization versus one guy. That's not fear.
And they will kill him.
Exactly.
That's fear.
No, it's not fear.
So
it's understanding.
That they'll kill you.
Right, because that's what they do.
And you don't want to die, so that's fear.
That's not fear.
Okay.
That's not fear.
Okay.
That's intelligence.
So if I see a loose pet bull, and I'm like...
You shouldn't be afraid of it. You should understand what that animal does.
Does he have a lack of
get the fuck out of
understanding?
here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of
He
here.
knocks on my door. Hey, man, I heard
Unless you want to deal with being bit.
I heard you was talking some shit about me. No, man, it's a lack of understanding here.
It is a lack of understanding.
Okay.
You fucked my bitch. She was mine. Now I gotta kill you.
I'm fucking her right now. You remember that song by Ricky Rose? He go, so I had the bitch at a nigga crib, right? And he called me, go, hey, I heard you was fucking my bitch. He go, I'm fucking her right now.
I don't remember that song.
I'll play it for you when after this is over. I'm like, quit. I just want to say quit, man. I remember he got
Did we
beat
even
up.
answer Am I the Asshole?
What was it?
Well, he got the door open. I don't even remember what it was.
Should you cut your yard because it smells like piss?
No, that was the one before.
I'm just joking. It was
I don't remember what it was at all.
should his wife do chores because she got a bad wrist?
Oh.
Is he the asshole for
No, he's looking out for his woman and her well-being overall in the long term because he
But
understands.
he's being controlling. I think that's what she's looking at. So is he the asshole? I'm gonna say no, he's not, because his explanation makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
If she does all the cooking, all her chores, then she can't do her real job. So he's going, hey babe, you need to cut that shit out so you can do your real job, which is coming over here and giving that handy. But he's like,
for 6 hours a day.
she walks around. Are we good yet? Are we good? We good? No, he's not an asshole. What do you think, Malik?
I think he's not an asshole in my opinion.
Yeah, he's just looking out for your wrist, boo.
Yeah, he's looking at. She needs to. And first of all, I think any woman with her weight in gold would be like, "Are you fucking serious? He doesn't want you doing a chore. He's gonna do your chores. He just wants you to work."
The people in the comments are like, they're speculating. Basically, if you guys remember, because she hurt her wrists doing like screwdriving something.
Yeah.
They're thinking that something deeper is going on because it's like you hurt your wrist screwdriving something. Now you can't even wash pans or do anything.
No, it's the constant because she does crafts with her hands.
Yeah, so she's always using her
So
wrist.
it's her job that is giving her
Yes.
the wrist issues.
She's always using her wrist. So
And he's saying, look, you get paid for that. You don't get paid for the dishes. So use whatever wrist shit.
Yeah.
We can mitigate the amount of pain that you're going to go through.
Yeah.
You're going to suffer because this is what your job does. So just only do your job.
But it's
not wrong.
It's also him telling his side of the story also. So he's gonna make himself look good.
Shit.
There's a little bit of control. There is a little bit of controlling in that.
I don't
Because
think
because like I said, he's telling the story. So he's gonna make himself look good. But it does make sense though. But it does look like he's making.
How is he making himself look good saying, I'm looking out for my girl, I don't want her washing dishes?
Yeah, how
does that make
don't
him
do
look
the
good?
chores. I want you to save your wrist for the real job. For your real job, which is your arts and crafts. That's your passion.
So how does that make him look bad?
No, I said make himself look good.
How does it make him look good by saying?
Because he's telling her, hey, look, I'll do the chore. No, but it does make it so, oh, this guy really cares about his woman.
Hey, if you're strong enough to pick something up and I'm not, would you make me pick it up?
I may help you.
Why are you trying to make yourself look good, huh?
Because, people are around. Of course. Everybody does that.
That's my whole point. It's like,
Everybody does.
if somebody can't do something and you help them do it,
Well,
are you allowed to pat yourself on the back?
Well, yeah, but it almost kind of like sounds that way, but at the same time, I'm with him. I'd have to, be that fly on the wall, be like, wait a minute. But for the most part, he is kind of right, though. If your job is with, it'd be different if, like, she was a field goal kicker, and he goes, hey, bitch, here, wash these dishes. And she's like, you're an asshole. No, I'm not. All you do is eat and shit and kick field goals. You don't need your feet to fucking wash dishes. So why don't you, it's different.
What if she washed dishes with her kicking foot?
And then she cuts her foot, gets an infection, loses her foot.
Oh, what the fuck just happened? What woman is kicking field goal?
I don't know. First of all, why is she playing on the men's team? Knowing she's gonna get it blocked and she's gonna go try to tackle nobody. She's playing with grown men.
Have you seen that ice football they play in Australia?
Did you send it to me?
Yeah.
I didn't see. I was busy doing something. I was gonna clip.
That shit was ridiculous.
Was it?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
Niggas was on. It's like a hockey ring, but they were playing American football.
Oh, were they playing with skates?
No.
Okay, I couldn't be playing
No,
with skates.
the refs had skates on, but
Okay.
the guys just had on regular. I'm like, dude,
I mean,
This is the worst idea.
yeah. Sometimes you go, okay, that's enough.
Achilles.
Oh, they're coming up with you heard about this? Flag football is gonna be in the Olympics, the next Olympics. Flag football is.
2028.
Yeah, in LA, it's gonna be in the Olympics.
American football.
But they're
We're
gonna
gonna lose.
but they're gonna start a league, a flag football league.
I can't wait to see the fucking ray gun of American flag football.
I bet it's gonna be good. Hey, it'd be funny to show how far we fell off. We got beat by like Japan in football. Like, are you fucking serious? Like,
Now we bomb Zahaba. But you know they knew about that, right?
who?
America. We knew about
Pearl Harbor? Yeah, that was a rumor. Is it
It
true?
wasn't a rumor. It was true.
Well, that
They knew about it.
Eisenhower knew it happened, but they wanted to increase the war effort. I mean, get people behind it.
Man, we don't have time in this episode to get down.
Why'd you bring it up now? You should have led with that. You should have led with, hey, guess what? Guess what this motherfucking president did? He let this shit
Because when
happen.
you find out what your country's been up to for the past, I don't know, 200 years,
I
it
can
kind
say-
of makes you want to kill yourself.
It don't make me want to kill myself. It makes me want to keep. You know what I mean? I better stop right now, otherwise.
America has been on some bullshit,
So
and we're losing.
they knew. Okay, so when they knew, are we losing? Are we losing now?
We've been losing. America has been losing since Kennedy, bro. This country is literally living paycheck to paycheck.
Well, I know. I live by myself. I'm living paycheck to paycheck.
So do you think China's living paycheck to paycheck?
Are they 2 paychecks up?
They own all our debt. They ain't living paycheck to paycheck. They create, they innovate, and they're all Chinese.
They rolling $100 bills up, smoking them and shit. They doing
Hey
cocaine.
man, Chinese people don't have a problem with Chinese people. Americans have a problem with Americans. That's our problem. We
Well,
have
Chinese,
a problem with
no, I
Americans.
mean, they're human beings, so you're gonna have problems with other human beings. So Chinese have a problem with Chinese. I mean, that's where they get the triads.
No, that's drugs.
That's gangs, right? So they have trouble with people.
No, it's no different than, you selling on this block and a nigga block over talking about, hey, I want to buy that block. Y'all got beef now. It ain't because you're Chinese.
Oh no, not because you're both. Oh,
You know what I mean?
I
That's
wanna-
what I'm saying.
but
Chinese
it's
people don't beef with Chinese people because they're Chinese.
But it's a
That's what I'm
class.
saying.
It's a class system then. So if they beef with somebody, it's because of class, maybe upper class versus lower class.
Yeah, but that's going to be anywhere and everywhere.
Okay then. Okay, so it's,
What I'm saying is our issues in America, the
Close
reason,
that door, Malik, please.
the reason why,
Gotta keep the camera cold.
we're almost done.
sensitive ass.
The reason why America isn't where it should be is because we beef with each other over dumb shit. Whereas in China, they're like, look, man, you're Chinese, I'm Chinese, fuck Taiwan, let's get be, you know what I mean?
Fuck Taiwan.
I've been waiting the whole episode to say that.
Poor Taiwanese.
Yeah, they don't fuck with y'all at all.
And our Taiwan is sweet too over there. It's nice.
I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know either, but I heard it's nice. I mean, I don't know why China don't like them. China wants to invade them, but they're trying to think of a way that trying to make shit up. Like basically, Taiwan is Palestine to them, and China is Israel, right?
And Taiwan's like, no. I don't know if that's what they're like or not. I mean, their sentiment is no, we want to be independent and free, but I don't think they say it the way I just said it. Don't quote me on that. You weren't supposed to laugh now. All right, we gotta go before I get myself in some more fucking trouble.
No, I mean, how are we in trouble talking about the Taiwanese? I mean, it's not like we're talking about the,
You gotta have a social credit score in China.
That's right, a social credit
They
score,
don't
right?
play that shit in China. China's for real because everybody's Chinese
Yeah.
and everybody's okay with it.
Yeah.
Where in America, it's like, I want my freedom. It's like,
No, it's freedom. Freedom.
I don't know. Thank you for watching another episode of Sorry We're Canceled. If you love the show, please like, subscribe, share, send it to your friends and enemies and a Chinese and a Taiwanese.
Not the Taiwanese. We don't want to get in trouble. We get shut
I
down by
recognize
China.
all people as people. How about that?
There you go. Yeah, we don't want to get shut down by
Yeah,
Chinese
well.
government.
Hey man, I'm not afraid of it.
In Taiwan.
Why that dog loose? So I'm crossing the street. You scared? Nah, I just don't want to get bit. What you afraid of getting bit? No, I just know that if I do get bit, that shit gonna hurt, and then I'm gonna have to deal with everything after that.
And it's a misunderstanding.
Right? I don't want to do that.
Okay.
That ain't fear. That's
Yeah. Misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
all right. So Go to buymeacoffee.com/sorry we're canceled. Become a Cancel Crew member. Support the show. You get a bonus episode every month, plus early access. There's t-shirts and hoodies on our buymeacoffee.com/sorry we're canceled. Remember, /sorry we're canceled. Buymeacoffee.com/sorry we're canceled.
Till then, because I will be traveling a lot. That's why we're doing. If something happened, I hope it didn't happen, but a tragedy happened. The reason we didn't talk about it was because we had to double up on the episode.
Yeah, so thank you guys. When this episode airs, it will have been weeks. Will have gone by.
Yeah. Can you believe Houston lost that game?
Dude, that made me so fucking sad. I wanted Kelvin Sampson.
Man, I go, are you fucking sick? When you don't get a shot off.
You know what makes me mad is the second I started watching the game, Houston literally started losing. So from the moment I turned, because I was like, ooh, let me check the score. And I started watching because it was I was like, oh, fuck, they're collapsing. They were up 12 when I started watching.
Florida only led 54 seconds of the whole game. Damn.
That's my fault.
You know what Florida should do? Mail Houston t-shirts at 54 seconds. That would be the ultimate. 54 seconds.
You know what Florida should do?
What?
They should let Houston get those national championship shirts that are going to Africa. Here I go. There's 12 of them for the 12 players that was on the team. The rest can go back
Some
to
kid in Ghana. Houston!
Five-side slammer jammer.
You got beat again.
All right, I'm the Curry.
I'm BT.
That's Malik on the ones and twos.
Not doing that goddamn thing.
Hey, y'all know the word.
You know, like we say about the time, you know the word?
Peace. Thank you.